Look, let me paint a picture. You're doing everything right. You're working, you're saving, you're not reckless, you're not gambling, you're not blowing money every weekend. And yet, every time you check your accounts, it feels like nothing is moving. You save a few $100s, then life happens. A car repair, a medical bill, a vacation you deserved, and suddenly you're right back where you were. It feels like no matter how disciplined you are, that first $100,000 is stubborn, slow, and almost disrespectful in how long it takes. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. It makes you wonder if wealth just isn't meant for you. My name is David, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, wealth, and how it actually compounds in the real world. If you're someone who is disciplined, faithful, responsible, and still feels financially stuck no matter how hard you try, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Now, here's the thing. The first $100,000 is hard, but not for the reasons most people think. Most people assume it's hard because I don't make enough money, or it's hard because investing is risky, or even it's hard because God hasn't blessed me yet. Look, I'm going to challenge that. The first $100,000 is hard because it requires you to become someone you currently are not before the math starts working in your favor. And that's uncomfortable. This is where a lot of faithful people get tripped up. We're taught that faith moves mountains, that belief changes outcomes, that intention matters, and that's true. But Scripture is very clear about something else too. To whom much is given, much is required. Stewardship comes before multiplication. And here's what most people don't realize. Money does not respond to hope. Money responds to structure. Let's get practical. According to Federal Reserve data, the median American household has less than $9,000 in savings. That means the majority of people never even get close to $100,000. Not because they're lazy, but because the early phase of wealth building feels thankless. Here's why. When your portfolio is small, you are the engine, not your investments, you. Let's walk through this slowly. If you have $5,000 invested and earn a solid long-term average of 10%, that's $500 per year. You barely notice it. You could earn that by working a few extra hours or skipping a couple dinners out. So psychologically, your brain says, why bother? Now compare that to $100,000 invested at the same 10%. That's $10,000 per year. That's real money. That's noticeable. That starts to feel like progress. And at $1 million, that same 10% becomes $100,000 per year. That's more than many people earn working full-time. Same percentage, different identity. The math didn't change. You did. The first $100,000 forces you to operate without visible reward. That's why it feels heavy. You're planting seeds in dirt that hasn't broken the surface yet. And psychologically, humans struggle with delayed feedback. Once your money starts producing noticeable results, something flips. You stop asking, is this worth it? And start asking, how do I accelerate this? You think twice before spending $100 on something forgettable because you see what that $100 can become over time. You don't need hype. You don't need motivation. You've experienced compounding. Saving and investing is like lighting a fire. Saying, I'll invest once I have more money is like saying, I'll add wood once the fire starts producing heat. That's backwards. You add wood first, then the heat comes. Here's another truth people don't talk about. Money buys optionality. When you have $100,000 saved or invested, you can take a job risk, you can start a business, you can handle income instability, you can walk away from bad situations. Someone living paycheck to paycheck cannot do that, no matter how talented they are. Now you might be thinking, David, this sounds great, but I don't make enough to save aggressively. I hear you. And here's the honest answer. Income matters early, a lot, because the first $100,000 is mostly built from your contributions, not returns. That means increasing income matters, side income matters, expense discipline matters temporarily. Watching your spending closely at this stage is not a lifestyle. It's a season where you're training yourself to think in decades, not weekends. Once the machine is built, it starts running with you, not against you. Faithful people are patient, but patience without structure becomes passivity. The Bible never praises waiting without preparation. It praises wisdom, diligence, and stewardship. You don't wait your way to $100,000. You build your way there. If you're below $100,000, your job is simple, not easy, but simple. Increase income first. Extra hours side work. Skill upgrades. Automate investing. Remove emotion. Remove decision fatigue. Delay lifestyle upgrades. Cars, housing subscriptions. Track net worth quarterly, not daily, not emotionally. Stay invested through cycles. Volatility trains. Discipline. Fear delays compounding. Here's the quiet truth. The first $100,000 isn't just a financial milestone. It's an identity milestone. It proves to you that you can delay gratification, you can operate long-term, you can steward resources responsibly, and once that identity locks in, the next $100,000 doesn't feel mysterious anymore. Look, if this helps you think differently about money, hit the like button and subscribe.